Hi, everybody. It's Dawn from Out of the Spiritual Closet with Dawn and the Akashic and the Angels. And I'm coming to you today with a new podcast. And this podcast is about being authentic. What is your authentic self? Who is your authentic self? So many of us struggle with this. Who are we, right? And I am often blessed with channeled messages, and a lot of times it'll come in as music. And there was a point last year where I kept getting the message from the song "Who Are You?" The Who, and so I really want to know. And so I was during a time period where I was maybe dealing with a lot of shadows, a lot of dark energies, a lot of dark situations coming up in that. And it really was challenging for me. And I just want to say that I understand the struggle because so many of us have put on masks and personas to fit in the world, right? And then we reach a certain point in life where we're not seen or heard for who we are, and we may not feel valued in our relationships or situations. And I often have found for myself and my clients that it can amount to really because people have tried to fit in or tried to make others comfortable, so we haven't shown our authentic selves. But at a certain point, your soul cries out to be seen for who they are. And so the kind of challenge with this is I'm asking each of you to honor your authenticity, right? We can make people uncomfortable, um, but the right people won't be uncomfortable, right? And I know it can be really difficult for me, which is why I came up with this podcast, was I lived a corporate life. I worked in corporate. And so I was not allowed to be spiritual in the corporate world. I had to be very, I was going to say cutthroat because that's really what it is. Very business, just the facts, and regardless of how I felt as a human. I always tried to temper it with being human, but there was a job to be done and you had to do it. And so in that world, I was able to be in that role and present that way. And then I could go home and do Reiki and play with angels and that kind of thing. And after turning 50, now almost 60, and going through cancer and all the residual with it, I don't have it in me to be anything other than me. And that's what I'm going to challenge each of you is to start showing up authentic so that you can be valued for what you really, who you really are and what you really bring to the table, right? And so you've heard of the dark night of the soul, right? And it can be explained a lot of different ways. But for me, I found a lot of it was when, for my dark nights of the soul, was facing those parts of me that I had neglected in order to make everybody else feel more comfortable. And that doesn't mean I got to shove it in their face and make them feel uncomfortable. It just has to mean that I'm okay with them not liking me for being me, right? I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and neither are you, right? So we're all unique. And if we start to really just honor and respect who we are and who we are authentically, then others can start to respect that. Okay, this isn't like easy peasy. You will be met with resistance sometimes by those closest to you, and that's okay too. So, give yourself some space and grace to change the way that you show up so that you can be more authentic, but also give others space and grace to see you in this new light and to accept you in that manner. So it's okay to be unique. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be you because really you can't be anybody but you. So that is what my team has wanted me to share with you today is who are you, right? What is your authentic vibration? What is your authentic energy and signature? And what are your true desires? Let's start owning those as individuals and as a society, right? So I hope this helps you in some way, shape, or form. If there's something that I can help support you on individually, please reach out to me individually and let me know. Lots of contact information with the podcast and on YouTube and all over the place. but you can always reach me at my email at angels, ANGELS, number 111 at Gmail. Angels in the house 111 at gmail.com. So reach out to me if you need some individual attention. If you have some thoughts on this conversation, please feel free. I can't speak, sorry. Feel free to drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on being authentic. And even if you'd love to share some of the ways that you've been met with resistance when you started to show up authentically, I would love to hear that. So have a great day, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.